All right. Welcome to the Dr. Desnia show, where I help SMEs thrive. Um, so I have another interesting topic today. Thank you, first of all, for being here. It's always nice to have you with me whenever I have this show. Now, a very interesting topic as always, and today's topic is how to make your summer vacation a deductible expense. Okay? How to make your summer vacation a deductible expense. Of course, this information is for educative and informative purposes only. So just important for you to know that. All right? So how do you make that happen? All right. Now, first of all, I would say that the best ways that you should look for a course or a conference or a seminar that of course has to be related to your field and set a travel time. I always say that, why don't you make it during the summer, right? Set a travel time. Now, for example, let's say you're an OBGYN doctor, right? And there might be a new procedure. It could be even out of the country. You want to learn more about that procedure, right? Of course, look for conferences or courses that relate to that new procedure. You like to implement it in your medical practice. It could be maybe you're an event planner. You want to expand in a specific way, and you have heard of a successful event planning seminar or a conference. Please make sure you go for that. That's a way. Of course, I won't say make sure, but that's a way to benefit, right? A lot of times there are courses throughout the year. Look for ones that are in summer, right? Because the business expense, right? And it's related to your business, then that travel expense is deductible. Now you might say that I want to invite my family. Well, there is a way that you can actually make that deductible. Now, if your family works with you in your company, right, and you want them to come for that conference, that trip is deductible. But assuming they don't work for you, right? I think they want to come for a vacation with you. Now, their flight ticket would not be deductible, right? But if they stay in the same room as you're staying, right? If you have a room, of course, you're going for the conference, you have a room, right? They can join you. And if they're in that room is deductible that because you're already there, right? Now, if you if you want to stay, okay, sometimes people after the conference, they have some time at the end of the day and they do activities, they have fun, and that's fine. But remember, the meals that you consume, right, outside the, maybe you go for just let's say you're in Florida, you go to Disney, right, after the conference, that trip, that expense will not be deductible. So, but that the expense of traveling. So when I say vacation, I mean summer vacation. Usually what I'm saying here, using this scenario, is that you're combining that with fun, right? You're traveling to a place that you've not traveled before, right? And that hotel that you're staying, of course, you would stay. That as I said, deductible, right? The meals you're eating during the conference, you have to get up, eat, and and then go for the conference. That's travel expenses. You're allowed to deduct that. Of course, there's limitations, but I'm really explaining here that you can actually make your summer trip, right, a deductible expense. Now you might ask, what about if I want to spend a couple more days outside my maybe it's a week-long event or they end on Thursday. You want to spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's all well and good. But remember, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday the hotel bill for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that bill is not deductible. All right. The time you spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for example, deductible, right? But the hotel for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Not unless the event ends on Friday morning, so it's usually checkout on Friday. Then you add an extra 1 or 2 days. So just is how you plan it. And of course, when you go for these conferences, I always tell clients, document, document, document. There's nothing wrong with adding a day or two for a trip, right? Of course, that the plane ticket, that one is a given. You had to fly for there to the event. You had to fly back. So that one, that's deductible. But is the hotel expense that if you want to extend the date. But sometimes people say, you know what, I'm just going to spend time for the event. Then in the evening, I go somewhere and enjoy myself, right? Now, that hotel, of course, is deductible, right? Now, the trip, as I said, depending on, the trip you're going for to go somewhere, unless after everything you made a new client, client, or you made a colleague and you want to discuss further. It could be you want to do that. But I always say that please document, and of course the event is already, have it in the file, know that this is the event you went for. All right. Document if you're having to do something business related after the event, please make sure you document that, because yes, there might be something that a group, for example, I use that OBGYN, a group of doctors want to sit back and really review that. It could be maybe the first 2 days, it might be. Just make sure you document that information, or that, that what you're doing. But that's a very great way of actually making your summer vacation deductible, because it's a double whammy. You're actually going for the summer, but you're also going for a conference. So again, it's not that you're going for the conference and then for 2 days and 7 days, you take a 7 days deduction. We're not saying that. Nope, that's not what I'm saying. The 2 days are deductible for your expense for the hotel, but after that is vacation. So it just depends how you want to plan and how you want to put it together. And of course, if you have a family member that works with you, that trip, as I said, the flight will be deductible. But if they don't have, they are not staff in your company, they are not working for your company, the family airfare will not be deductible. But you know what? You actually are deducting your own airfare. So for you, the business owner going for that conference, right? You can deduct so much, right? And then again, if depending on if it's shared room, though that accommodation that you are with your family in the same room, it depends on how it could be, like you're with your spouse, it could be you're with a baby, or you could be that's deductible, right? Of course, because why is it deductible? Because the room, whether it's one person, two people, the room is a given. You would have to stay in that room for that period of time. All right. And of course, there are other ways you can deduct those expenses, right? And of course, as I always say, that when I come on this platform, we're not talking about tax evasion. This is tax avoidance, ways you can really, benefit, right? But it's just how you plan your travel, right? And of course, as I said, I have to emphasize it again. Please make sure you document, right? It's very important. So I know right now I'm in Texas, it's so hot. So at this time, you might want to get to a place that that is cooler. So depending on, I don't think I have right now any conference coming up, but I'm just saying, because a lot of times this would be the time. And now maybe somebody might say, "Oh, Texas is hot, but so hot." But guess what? During spring, we enjoy ourselves because we get good weather when it's cold in other areas. So let's leave that alone. All right. So, but just, and of course, in addition to that, this is the summer. Many people are traveling with family, and most of the time, people don't plan, right? There are some conferences that happen in the different times of the year. There are some conferences that are related to your field that happens during different times of the year. People don't think about that, and they say, okay, you know what? I'm going for the conference in January, but there's an option, right, in the summer. So, I mean, kids are out of school. There's more time to more relaxation. So think of that. Of course, the goal is whatever works for you, because maybe it's even the summer that you're very busy and you only have time during the early part of the year. So that's fine. But just wanted to give you some tips on if you want to take advantage of those business deduction, for your vacation. Of course, as I said, is how you structure it. And of course, this is not tax evasion, tax avoidance, right? Making sure that all the expenses are ordinary and necessary. Now, if you're an event planner, you're not going to Switzerland for an OBGYN meeting. And if you're an OBGYN, you're not going to maybe Australia for event planning meeting. So it has to be or any unnecessary expenses related to what you do. So please note that. And of course, I mean, if you want to, you can't, I mean, if you're changing profession, you have to note that there are ways we can go about that, right? But you can't deduct a change of profession if you're already in one. For example, you want to be an event planner, and I'm still using the example of OBGYN, and you go for an event planning course, right? And you want to deduct it under your medical practice. That's not going to happen because that's not correct. That's incorrect. Yes, if it's a business expense, it has to be deducted under the right entity, the right company. So are you moving towards being an event planner? It just depends on what you want to do. All right. Of course, if you don't already have a CPA that's working with you, please feel free to reach out to my practice. I believe that's it. Let me see if I can adjust myself. Yes, driniadesina.com. Navigate from there and set up a consultation. All right. Thank you for being here. And of course, you know that, right? For your SME to thrive, right, is you have to be intentional. All right. So enjoy the summer and enjoy yourself. And again, thank you for being here. All right. Take care. See you next time. Bye for now.